getting down with motorsports and all things Americana. This is powered by Done Right TV.
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Celebrating the embodiment and enhancing entrepreneurship. This is Mind Your Business. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Kelly Jeffries.
Oh my God, it's always something different. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Tuesday, I think. We made it to August. Brad, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm just here having fun with you guys and
Yeah.
excited about our new guest we got tonight.
Yeah? Well, since you brought it up, why don't you tell us who our guests are?
We have Brian and Mary from Printing Plus,
Okay.
and I'm excited to get to hear their stories.
All right. Brian and Mary. So, Brian, you own a sign company.
Yeah.
Right? You, for quite a long time. Printing Plus?
Yeah, we've been. I've been in the business for
Most of your life?
my whole life with my family for sure. Been, started running a press, probably a printing press, 11, 12 years old.
Wow.
And with my dad's supervision, envelopes and stuff like that. But just being around the business, sometimes just going in there and helping get things done that on weekends and things always had to get done. you know? And it's kind of funny, like the entrepreneur, when the opening, it's like I've never really called us entrepreneurs because it's just like we just run the business when it's just that's just what we're used to.
So, yeah. It's an everyday thing.
Some people are like, "Well, I'm an entrepreneur," and I'm like, "No, I just run my company." Do what needs to be done.
So when was the company started? How long you guys been in business?
Well, that'd be a good for my mom.
Is that
Mary.
a mom question?
Yeah. So
Well, it started in 1985, but it
Printing Plus did.
yes.
But
my mother was a stay-home mom, and my sister and I were 16 and 15, and my dad said, "I'll give you something to do." So he bought a franchise, which is called American Speedy Printing.
Okay.
1981. She went in November. She went to learn how to run a press in Ohio, I think it was. So she was gone for a month, and she learned it. And they opened in January of '82. They got customers. They had a salesman, and then in April of 1982, my mom had a brain aneurysm and passed away. So my dad, after she had passed away, and she ran the press, and I can remember this day when she passed away, and she had still ink in her fingers because she couldn't get it out.
Wow.
So my dad ran it for a couple years and then sold it on contract, and then he got it back because it was 4 families living off of it, and it just back then
Wasn't
it wasn't
working
gonna,
out.
no. So he gave an opportunity to me and Brian's dad, and we opened it in August of 1985 with
Okay.
all the same equipment, and so I did the sales calls and he ran the press and that, and we did that. And then Brian came along, and then my daughter, and then Brian would come in and help out.
You just did what you did. You just made it work.
And back then, I had no idea. 40 years, I couldn't even imagine being 60, which I will be next in 6 months. So
Right.
it's like I was 19 when we started, and Brian came in, and
right. And where did we start at? Where was the first location?
it was when my mom had it was in Northgate. So then when they got it all back, we went to where it was Leith Furniture, and there was all
Okay.
little stores in there, and then we moved to the front, and then we moved to where Planet Fitness is, Spring Park. I think it's that one.
Village
Spring-
Shopping
yeah,
Center.
yeah.
Yep.
So then we finally said, okay, we need to have our own building.
Because we were renting back then.
Yeah. So that's where we ended up on 1630.
Washington Street,
Yep.
which everybody pretty much knows us from that location.
there.
We were there for 26 years until last November. Well, November we moved.
Yeah.
But which, it was
And then in 2017, it was just me and Brian and that. So
my
family.
dad took a career change, and then we took over, and then we've been partners ever since. I mean, my mom's my partner, and who other else than your mom to work with every
Yeah.
I've got the same.
I'm the fixer.
I've got the same situation. My mom is my business partner too. I've been doing this kind of stuff, satellite stuff, for 23 years now, and I get it, man. It's like, how did it get to be?
Right.
I mean, how are we even here? 25. I got 24 years in business, and my mom has been there the whole time. It was a similar thing where I quit Alcoa just because they offered a buyout, and I'm like, because I knew, I'm like, I don't want this job, man. I took this job knowing that I'm going to be here, and I was on a 10-and-out plan, and then I quit. Got a little bonus, to quit.
Yeah.
And then 6 months later, when I'm out of money, I'm like, what am I going to do? I go to the newspapers, and everything is like $7 an hour, $8 an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was 25 years ago.
I'm still waiting for my buyout
Yeah.
so he can say, "Mom, go," but he still needs me.
And then it come down to I started doing satellite, and I didn't, and then finally I just talked to my mom, and I'm like, are we going to do this thing? It's a difficult thing to do when you have family and business mixed together.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stories that.
There's a lot of good, and there's a lot of
there
bad,
is.
because you got to separate some of the emotional.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
You
a
know.
thing of trust that you have with
Absolutely.
with your family, especially with mom and dad. But also there's a lot of things. I mean, she still goes and does all the deliveries, so everybody likes and knows her. So, she loves to talk to everybody. That's one of her. She loves to talk.
Yeah.
So it's nice that it's just not a delivery person that walks in there and just drops your job off and walks out. But I mean, she stays pretty busy and involved in the shop still.
That's awesome.
But
She,
customer service and personalities makes a big difference.
right. Oh yeah. There's a lot of customers that just like messing with her. Always like, "Where's your
yeah.
mom at?" But yeah. So
But then in 2017, when we took over, it was
yeah. So
it
I
was
mean,
over the changeover.
there
from
was a lot of changes. Like, so kind of my background with it was growing up, I always kind of seen. My family, we lived a really good life in the printing industry. We, and I watched my dad do what he did, and my mom, and I was just drawn to it. I was just like, this is kind of what I want to do. I mean, everybody kind of wants to follow in their dad's footsteps, and parents, and watching them do what they did, and and then when it came time for the change of for us taking over. Because we bought a machine, our first roll and printer, which is our wide format, was, I think,
You said
2009.
Nine? Okay.
Yeah, it was 2009, and I mean, I didn't even know what they dropped the machine off, and I'm like, okay, so how do you, what is this here? Like, how do you cut the vinyl, and you have to, you weed it? Like, I had no clue.
Yeah, where's the on button?
Yeah, I was like, this is kind of different, and even, because it was such a different style of printing to what we were used to. So, and then it just kind of...
They probably come with a manual about that thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it was... And then, the first, I went and lettered a door up, and I just thought, oh, my gosh, look at this. This is, this is crazy. This is awesome. I'm really good at this, and then it was like... it was nothing compared, we do 10 of those a week now, it's just, but, and then we, because I was doing, the installs, doing graphics, which I am no artist. That's where in a minute we'll introduce you to one of our designers we've had for 11 years here. But yeah, so
And being owners, you have to fill in where there's gaps. I mean, you don't have much. You don't have many options. Like, I don't do that. It's like, well, if you don't, you can learn.
The hours that I put in, and I mean,
You.
a lot of people are like, oh, it must be nice. Well, yeah, the 5 a.m. to
dude, but
1 in the morning stuff that we would do just to make the deadline sometimes. And then when something goes wrong, oh my gosh, or something has to be reprinted. That stuff takes time. It's got to dry. Back then when we had the machines that they had, you had to wait 16 hours before you could put the laminate coat on the material.
And mistakes are very expensive.
Yes.
They're not just time consuming because you have to do it twice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And that's one thing I can say is when we did get the machine and my dad was like, hey, this is your thing, and you guys gave me a lot of freedom on what to, what jobs I took in and
Sure.
what I did and learned, you know, and plus I learned from you know, other companies. That's one thing about it. There were some people in the industry that were really helpful. That, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
And technology, man, because I know that just from the signs that I've bought over the 25 years I've been in business, I mean, it just,
Yeah.
you know, it changes.
Right.
And I'm not even talking, you know, I'm just talking about what we see on the streets.
Yeah.
But as far as the production of it, because you guys do hats and shirts, you
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
and wraps, you
Embroidery.
wrap a ton of vehicles, because I see a ton of vehicles out there. Hopefully someday we'll get something on my truck, if I can figure out what I ever want on it. But
Oh,
I'm
I
getting
know
closer.
the feeling there.
But yeah, so I mean, and so you just kept going, and then
Yeah.
the growth kept going.
Yeah, so I would say when really things changed is when Alejandro, which I'll be introducing him soon, is came into the picture, because we really needed a graphic artist, because
Yep.
like I was watching something the other day, and it's like, you know, they're like about graphic artist school, and you're like, well, we can teach you the program, we cannot teach you how to be creative, okay? Because like that is a total. That is a whole nother mindset. So when Alejandro came on board, you know, things changed. Our you know, the signs got better.
Right.
You know, they look better. They more appealing. People started noticing them. You know, so then it kind of took off, you know, from there.
And how did that come out? I mean, how did he come around? Because I've been in the same situation, similar situations, like with because I avoided computers all my life.
Yeah.
You know, I was at Alcoa, I didn't have to do a computer, and then I started the business, but then I hired somebody to do the computer, and then I started this streaming stuff, and then I hired somebody to do the computer. When they quit, I'm like, oh my God, now I have to do a broadcast, and there's a computer, and
Right.
I don't even know how to run it.
Right, and then that kind of, not to keep bouncing around, but like, so like when we were always running offset presses, and you know, everything was ran on presses. So
Right.
like when in 2017 we went completely digital. So I literally, and you should see these presses, they're huge, they weigh a ton, and we had 3 of them in there. And at that point, like you said, we had people quit, and I didn't run one every day. So like when it was time to run a job, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I didn't really know how to really run one. And then like my dad would come in and help on the weekends and run, and I'm like, you know what, we just got to go digital. Well, then when you go digital, everything
there's a whole
changes.
other learning
The
curve.
pricing changes, and how you charge, and it was
You
Have
know,
someone run that copy, that digital
right.
copy.
And then thank God for Alejandro, that he could run. You know, he was our graphic artist. He was our digital guy.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and we were little at that time, a little shop. It was my mom, me, and Alejandro.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you know, so totally different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard to find good people, and yeah, being a business owner, I'm like, you just don't have a choice, because you got people waiting on you. It's like, I got to figure this out. I got to do what I
Yeah.
got to do, and it's not easy to do, especially like you said, when you count on other people. But that's why you're very fortunate to have, you know, I mean, shoot, I've been doing video stuff at the tracks for 5 years, and I can't cut a video to save my life. I mean, you asked me to cut up a video, I'd be like, no, I can't.
You gotta have the knack.
Fortunately, I've got Mike and Tony that both are very good at it, so I'm like, I don't have to, you know. But I mean, it makes it because your work is you've gotten heavily. I see a lot of different, and I'm sure it's not all his design, but some of these trucks and stuff that you're putting out.
Yeah.
It's not like a wrap was 10 years ago where you had a logo on the side of the truck. You're getting
Right.
You're doing some
Very,
big
very
stuff. I've
creative.
seen some buses and stuff. You know.
Yeah,
that-
yeah. When they can pull up a couple pictures that we have, but we have right now. I cannot thank my staff more than, I mean, they're just awesome. I have 3 really good installers of the wraps. We have 4 in-house designers now,
That's awesome.
and they're all so talented. I mean, they all have. There's no one really better than the other, because they all have so many. You know, how can I say it? Like, one's good at doing this.
They have
and,
different
you know,
talents
di-
and
way
different-
di-
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and designs.
Different sweet spots.
Yes,
So you got this.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally
Yeah,
get it.
so like, you know, I know when we have a certain wrap come in the door, I'm like, oh, that'll be perfect for Lou,
Mm-hmm.
or when something comes in the door, that'll be great for Tito, or, you know, like Alejandro does all the most of the stuff you see.
That's
Oh, yeah,
the
that-
one designed by Lou.
Yeah, that one was done
Here,
by
this one,
Lou.
this bus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. So, and I mean, this was something that the customer came in with drawings, and actually, there's Lou standing right
Yep.
there next to it. Yeah, and she's new this year. She started in April, but
What is that? That's a 40-foot long bus, isn't it?
yeah, it's an old. It's you should see the inside of that thing. He stuck a ton of money into making that thing completely awesome. It's got 4 or 5 fryers in it.
Oh, wow.
And it's all in big grills. It's all set up for serving a ton of food.
Flavor.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It's super awesome. So he brought that to us and was like, "That's all right."
That's your video I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay. He literally he came to us and he's like, I want something futuristic, and that was about it. And said and kind of explained what you see on there. I kind of looked at it and Lou's like, "Yep, I got it." Well, and then she
Took off and
yeah,
ran.
she took off with this and
Yeah,
started
that's
going.
awesome.
So yeah.
Go back to that last picture, that one, because there's a story there too. Because I remember, I don't know, it must have been around the same time that I started doing broadcasting, because you started out with a van.
Yeah.
There was 2 vans, I think, somewhere. I can't remember where they were.
Yeah.
And then I found out that you bought one. I'm like, hey.
Oh, yeah.
And then now you got this thing.
Yeah, that's their our bucket truck there with that nice beautiful wrap on it, designed by us, and I think did you do that one?
No, Tito did.
Tito did that one. Yeah. Yep, and that's actually a recent picture. That's just right down the street at Nubs, the
Yeah.
new bar going in there.
Yeah.
That sign we did not make. That's actually a neon sign. We just installed it for the customer. So that's something we can do also. Is
Okay.
we don't do neon, so when he had it ordered, but he called us to have it, we installed it.
But you
so.
installed it.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. But now since Alejandro's at the table,
What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Cool. What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Cool. Hi, Pooks. Hi, boys. Love you guys.
yeah,
Well, here's another one.
yeah, and this one here we just did a few months ago at the most. This is another one that Lou designed, which is very.
The detail on it. Now, how many pieces of vinyl is that?
Right there. Actually, that would be
Is that-
probably right around 8
So,
4 foot.
so they're in
strip.
panels, right?
They are, but we put it together in the shop and put it on one. So
really?
it's very
Oh, wow.
interesting to watch.
So what? You just roll it. Roll it
Yeah,
out.
they
put it
pre-
together. Roll it up.
They
install it.
pre-seam it on the tables, and then everybody, all of us, hey, everybody come help.
I mean,
Stick
that's
it up
got to
on the
be a
top.
huge
Yeah.
job in itself, just getting the seams and all the lines to match up, because
Right.
you can't see it.
No, I,
I mean,
couldn't see anything.
you can't see anything where it's
Yeah.
shifted or anything. So that in itself, but it's probably a lot easier to do it that way than it is to
Yeah.
try to do it on the vehicle.
Yeah, you can't see the
Because the
seams.
vehicle
Just-
won't be straight.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a new method we're doing right now, and so far it's working. So, yeah,
And it's easier to, with it being so flat on that side, and it goes a lot faster. That's one thing. The speed is the name of the game sometimes. Speed
Absolutely.
and quality, you can do that. You're going to
So
be just fine.
speaking
in
of
this
that,
business.
and just because trying to, the design is one thing. There's hours of design in that, I'm sure. But what would it take when you hit print on that thing? How long is that thing going to take to print a trailer size like that?
That trailer there was 32 foot, and with our new machine, which this machine is
Top.
yeah, it's very nice. It's a Canon Colorado, they call it, and I think that thing from start to finish would take about 3.5 hours.
Okay.
And you had to do it twice because the other side.
Yeah, oh yeah, yep.
Yep.
So you run, and then when it comes off, it just comes off on a great big roll, and then it goes to our laminator, and then we put the
So then
laminate
you
coat.
have to put a
and then-
laminate on the top of that.
Yep, and then it hits the table. They cut it all out, and then but also you're missing the prep. You have to prep this trailer.
wipe it down, get all the chicken scratches out of there, make sure everything's clean.
Because anything underneath is going to show up on the wrap, right?
Sand will show up on there, the wrap. So we got to clean it as good as possible there. So yeah, there's a
So
lot of prep
how
work
long did it
involved.
take you to clean both sides of that trailer then?
I don't remember.
A lot of times, a prep like that, the customer brings it to us pretty clean.
Oh, okay.
And
They give you a head
about
start
a couple
then.
hours,
Yeah.
and then we use around all the edges. We use like a adhesive helper, that we go around.
Is that like
and
a
just-
spray you put on?
Actually, you just put it on almost with a big ear, like a swab.
Pretty much, yeah.
Swab,
It's a giant
Swab.
Q-tip that
Okay.
we seal the edges with, and it's
that goes
pretty
on
simple
before
stuff.
the wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then, so I mean, I have Alejandro kind of, on the design side, And also, I kind of want to say, Alejandro's been with us for 11 years.
Yep,
And Alejandro, explain how this all started a little bit with me and you. He's my main guy.
Yeah. So, for those of you who've already heard this story 1,000 times, I apologize. So, back in 2012, was it? So, at the time I was going to University of Iowa, go Hawkeyes. I was a painting major, and at that time I already had a degree in graphic design from Ashford University back in 2004. So in 2004, I took an internship doing graphic design locally for a local paper, and then I was okay. I wasn't that great at it, so I wanted to get better. So I was doing freelance stuff, and then I thought to myself, well, eventually I want to go back to art school because that was my first passion. Graphic design was a second passion. So then, years later, I went back. Me and my wife, we went back to school, or she went to school, and I returned to study fine arts. So I'm a double major, degree in graphic design and Bachelor of Fine Arts, major in painting. And I'm glad I went because I learned about colors more, and colors are the name of the game here. Mm-hmm. So as a senior at Iowa, when you study painting, you put on a show for your senior year, and you need to pass out flyers. Well, I needed flyers, so down the road it was a print shop, which when they were it was them, located on 17th and Washington here in Davenport. I lived 4 blocks south of there, so I ran in there and I said, I need some flyers for my show. How much for business cards? And he was giving me a figure, and I'm like, okay, cool. I just need this many. And then we talked back and forth, and gave him my file, and that was on a Monday. Tuesday afternoon, I came back to pick up my stuff, and the guy that first attended me, Wayne, he said, hey, can you hang out for a minute? Brian wants to talk to you. I said, okay, sure. I don't know about what. I don't know this Brian guy. So then I had this flyer with a painting I did with some graphic design, and Brian goes, hey, did you design this? I said, yeah, I designed it. He says, oh, do you need a job? Like, so awesome. Doing design? Sure. And then at the time, I was adequate. I need my stuff, but I warned him. I'm like, well, I'm still in school right now, and I'm trying to get better at this. So I'm just
like, I don't care. Just
he needed at the time.
To get him,
oh, his face said it all. He had that look where he needed somebody now, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to school full time. I can come in once a week for you. I'll do my best. So Monday through Thursday, I was going to school, driving back and forth. Fridays, I'd work for them. And then I graduated, and I was one of the lucky few people who had a job waiting after college, because now that's like almost unheard of, unless you do an internship somewhere. So I had a full-time job ready to go there. So started them in May of 2014, and been there ever since.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
So that's got to change too, right? I mean, from going to school, what is that, 12, 13, 14 years ago now? Mm-hmm. Now everything's on the computer.
Everything is digital.
So you probably learned a different way, drawing. I mean, I don't know the computer part of anything. Yeah.
I'm still learning the computer part. Sure. That's the thing.
I mean, that's got to be a huge challenge, man, because and isn't it funny how it works out? It seems like you get the people you need when you need them.
Oh, yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? I got the same situation. It started with Tony, and then Tony knew a guy that could do websites and stuff, and I'm like, man, I've been trying to get a website for 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't even care about websites anymore,
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
But then, boom, now I've got both of them, fortunately, working with me, and it is amazing when you got...
Well, the funny part is back then, like, I worked for my parents, so like, I mean, you want a job? Yeah, I want a job. I said, you're hired. And then my parents were in Arizona, so they come back, and I'm like, hey, by the way, because I was saying we need a designer. I mean, we are losing business. Like, this is bad. Okay, like the stuff we were turning out there was just like, Times New Roman business cards.
It was very bare bones basic.
But back then, a lot of companies in the printing industry, they would send you the files to print, so you really didn't need that in-house designer like we do now. Like everything that we do now, it seems like the customer comes in and needs it designed, or we're starting to see that, the whatever that thing is they use online for logo design. What is that? Like
Oh, Canva.
or something.
Canva.
Canva's
Yeah.
getting popular now.
And there's a
just
lot of
that,
that
but-
stuff too that people can put out decent stuff
yeah,
without
Yeah.
going
Canva.
through, because I mean I've seen Mike and Tony put some of these videos together, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah, there is some neat stuff out there.
and it's great, I guess, but then it kind of takes a little bit away from the professionals.
Right.
That,
But you're not getting. You're not.
No,
That's
yeah.
where. That's
That's
where
where
I
we
must-
come in.
That's where we're like. That's where I never worry. It's like we can definitely
Yeah.
blow that away when need be. But we do
Absolutely.
see a lot of it. But then when it was funny, then when they came back, I'm like, and I like. Meet my parents, and my dad's like, "What you did? What?"
yeah, pretty much.
But, and then 11 years later, it worked out. But then Alejandro just took us into the future did the design stuff, and then when we went digital, you started running all the digital stuff.
It was perfect timing. I showed
Yeah.
up when everything was transitioning to digital because Offset was going out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of successful print shops that still do a lot of printing press stuff.
sure. Mhm.
But and in town here, they still have presses. But at the time for us,
Yeah.
it was time for us to change. So that's what we did. But I mean, there's still a need for presses. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's just not. It wasn't in our wheelhouse anymore.
Yeah, in our situation, we took the best route. So it's been working out ever since.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So-
It's another one we did that.
This is one Lou designed.
Yeah, this was this year too. This is It's got. Too bad the tractor's got 2 motors on it, pull tractor. But it's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and there's my little girl. That's her little Rap Rat race car. She's 6 years old and she races at Cordova in the junior program.
That's awesome.
She actually it was cool because she came into the shop and she sat down with one of our designers and picked out each color, what she wanted. Like the helmet's sitting where there's like a tiger, where she just picked out a tiger head and put that on there. So it's just
So she got to design
at
her
five.
own- her
Yeah,
own
she
little
was
race
5
car at
years old. Yeah, she got to
So
pick
is
it
that
out.
design this year's?
That was last year. So
Last
she
year?
was. She picked
So
it.
I may have pictures of that because I was
You
there
probably
taking,
yeah. You may
I
have
took
pictures.
11,000 pictures.
Oh, did you really? Yeah.
And I got a lot of the little kids and their dragsters.
Yeah, it's amazing on how many kids are in that program. I
Yeah.
think there's some on normal weekend there'll be 30, 40 cars.
Yeah, I
up
believe
there,
so. So I
and
was
the
going to say around
kids.
40.
Yeah, yeah, that's neat.
And this one my brother designed. My brother works with us too. Is also a designer.
Yeah, Tito. Shout out to Tito.
And Lou.
Yeah,
So you started out with 3 employees, and now what are you up to?
we got 9 now.
9,
Yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. And this is the 3-dimensional lettering that we also do. For this sign is a LED lit sign, and then it's like the can lettering. They're individual, and then it's got like and then it's got a alu panel backing, aluminum backing on it, and lights up and everything. But that was right after we installed it. But that's a new restaurant getting ready to
So
open.
that's your sign? You
No,
did
that
sign?
yeah,
Or
we
you
did
just-
that sign. Yes,
you
we
did
did.
that
Yeah,
sign.
and we installed that too. So like we can do we're wide range. Like we can print their business card all the way, and we did their T-shirts. So we can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we're trying to be a one-stop shop. So
Yeah.
Well, that's smart because
Yeah.
it's hard to find all that stuff, and when you get a niche that
Right.
fits for a customer,
Right.
you want to run with it. And Jimmy,
Jimmy's very
he's
awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
So we do stuff for his other businesses
Yeah.
too. So yeah, we're super happy he gave us the opportunity to do this sign.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but some of the other stuff, when we moving from Washington Street is just crazy because like we were so well known being over there.
And that was kind of a little bit smaller spot too. So you had to have a warehouse or something where you're doing installs or your garage at home or something.
And we did. We had I was just looking about 5 years ago. We got our first install bay because like before that we were borrowing people's
Garages.
I was doing it in my garage, but like when we'd get something big, we would have to, rent a spot.
Yeah.
And then be in their way, which always I mean it was just crazy. Like you think about it now, like look at all the times we pack all the scaffolding in my truck and drive drive all the way out there and install this thing, and then I mean all the extra work we did, but we did it.
You gotta do.
When you have to do it,
Oh yeah,
you got to do it.
And then if you forget that tool, you got to drive back all.
yeah,
the
because
way
a lot of it
to the
we
shop.
did in Eldridge is where we would use somebody's spot. But then when we got our install bay, we had a 30 by 60, in the beginning. That was 5 years ago, and then we slowly moved up, and that was out behind American Honda plant, past 280, and then we moved. Then we got a bigger spot, like a double unit, and we still didn't have our equipment out there. And then we finally moved just the sign shop out there. We kept all the paper printing in town and moved the sign shop out there with the printers and everything. And when we moved the printers out there, we had two 54-inch roll-in printers, which now that, you know, those are wouldn't keep up.
That's great, man, because there's a lot of people don't know what it takes to get to, like, you got a nice, beautiful shop downtown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like you just went poof.
No, it wasn't overnight.
No, you did some. You worked overnight. You did. You know, you did some uncomfortable, some hard, very hard. Not the best situation because you have to.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny. Eric, one of our installers, I hope he's watching, but it was funny the other day. He says to me, we were talking about, you know, installing. He's like, well, the newer installers down there, like, well, you don't know what it's like to do it on Washington Street on the side of the road with cones out there with people driving past you while you're trying to stick decals on the side of a truck, because we'd be lettering them outside.
Oh, yeah, in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be outside lettering on the front, on the sidewalks.
Remember the party buses we would do?
Oh, my God. Just a summer of party buses.
And then we do it on the side of the building over on 17th Street. So they just go flying by. We'd be up on a ladder, you know.
Yeah, dangerous. And it's a dangerous intersection.
Oh, it is.
And we're right there just hanging off ladders, trying not to die,
yeah.
installing letters on these party buses.
So there's a picture of your new shop. How long have you been in that shop?
So we moved in
November?
We were up and running like in the 1st of November.
Yeah.
Of when? This last?
2024. Yeah.
So you're settled in that much now, because I was down there a week or so ago, man.
Yeah.
You got it's all set up.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very, I would say, a very
move.
smooth move, because I mean, I tried to plan everything to the T, like what equipment was going to get moved down. I mean, literally, Bruce Gocher moved our flatbed on his flatbed truck.
Yeah.
We rolled it in, and it was plugged in, and it was running a job within, I don't know, an hour.
An hour or so.
You know, and that machine was there, and then the next machine would come, because a lot of the machines we had there, we had to have
So it didn't
techs move
disrupt
them.
your business a whole lot then.
I tried not to let it disrupt it very much,
Right.
you know, and it really didn't. And then it was just one day that, you know, it was like I walked in the office and I'm like, all right, today's the day, pack everything up, and everybody was in charge of their own desk and stuff, and then we loaded it in the trailer, and then by noon you guys were unpacking down there, hooking your computers up, and by the next day we had a new color copier delivered, and they were up and running, you know, the next day. So it was a very smooth move.
Yeah.
I think you did wonderful work to the outside and the inside of your shop.
I think it looks like you've been there for 10 years. I mean, it's set up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
A lot of planning went
It's
into
very
that.
professional looking.
That's why.
Yeah, and the funny story is about this building is, you know, Jeff West. Thank you for Jeff West. You know, giving me the opportunity to buy the building. He literally offered it to me. You know, came up and was like, "Hey, he could have sold that building to anybody else." You know, so I'm very thankful for him. But he approached us 2 years ago about it, and I just was so nervous. You know, I just didn't know. You know, one thing about owning a business, you're always kind of
The unknown.
Yeah, the unknown is always there.
You got kids looking down the road.
Yeah,
always
you know,
lurking.
it's
there's
always
a lot
there.
of variables, man.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, you can, you know. So, and we passed on it, and then and then like it was like a month before Jeff called me the second time. I drove by there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish that would have worked out. And then he called me and
Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, he's like,
Brilliant.
you want that building? I said, yes. So
It's a big move.
because having two locations was really tough.
Oh yeah. Even though we expanded, it still has its challenges. So we would have to email jobs to the other location, and then we're so into quality control, we don't know if it's going to come out good or not unless we're physically there. So if there's an
They're
issue,
just like, yeah, because there could be like a color change or like something, you know, it could be on the file this way, but coming out a different way. And Alejandro set it up and he can't see that until it came into the shop and like, hey, this is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, that stuff did happen. But
Well,
now
and it's easy too when you have because I do this once in a while when Tony sends me some stuff. He's like, this is edited. And I'll grab something and download it and think it's the right one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but it went
Been
so,
there.
yeah, it, I mean, it happens. It never ends, really. I mean, because if you're not, I mean, if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you just,
Yeah.
because mistakes are expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, especially if it goes to print. you
Well,
know.
one time, not that long ago, it was, remember we had, this is a 2-location problem. We printed a whole wrap for a food truck, which food trucks are always fun to wrap. There's a lot of work that goes involved in those. They're never easy sometimes, you know, like at the old, like what are the old FedEx trucks and everything. There's usually
Yeah.
a million things to go around once they put their food truck bolts and the vents and
Cut their
everything. They
holes
put
in it,
everything.
their
Yeah.
windows in it. Yep.
So we wrapped a whole food truck, and I'm so proud of how fast it was going, and things were going so smooth. I snapped a picture and I sent it to the customer. I said, "It's looking really good. You know, it'll be done tomorrow." And they phone rings immediately, and it's like 8:00 at night when I sent that. And she's like, "You realize that truck is supposed to be like a dark gray, not red."
Oh no.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then the whole thing, you know, go home and try to sleep on that. I'm like, you know, and it was just a printer error that happened. So we had to rip the whole wrap off and reprint it.
and
Would have been caught if we had one
yeah,
location.
Yeah,
so.
it would have been caught, but
Yeah.
you know, just shows dedication we try to do with quality. We just want to fix it and get it out.
Yeah, because the
there.
guy was like, I think I could live with that color. I'm like, nope, not going to happen. I said, you're not 100% happy. Let's just fix it. You know, there's going to be mistakes, even like with wraps, like concrete cracks, wraps peel sometimes. So, like, just
Dude, it
fix
happens.
it. Just fix
I
it.
mean, it
Make-
happens, you know. And I get a lot of slack too when, you know, like if we lost audio or something like that. But I mean, I've watched Super Bowls
yeah,
that, you know, technical difficulties. So I mean,
Always.
it doesn't matter what you're doing.
right.
And it could be technology, it could be just a mistake, a human error, it could be
Yeah.
lost in translation, it could be, I thought I told you that type
Yeah.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
was thinking it.
Something's gonna happen.
and you just gotta take it, man, because there's really nothing else you can do. You got to get through it because the end result is, I mean, you just got to get there no matter what.
Right. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yep.
So with me driving all around, and I'm a photographer,
Yeah.
and my head's always on a swivel looking at stuff, and then you start seeing these wraps. You see one, then you see two, and I catch on to that stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And then, so you say an entrepreneur, you know, so you had to set your shop up. So to me, you have to get the business. You have to get it going through your shop smoothly. So you set your shop up. So bing, 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 and out the other door, it's finished product.
Yeah.
Has to run smooth. Has to be good quality, good design, and a happy customer within a time frame. And so you can keep turning that over.
Right.
And that's what you're talking about. You had to develop
Yes.
to
Oh,
get
yeah,
that,
for sure.
and you do that by making mistakes and okay,
Oh,
we got to
for-
do something different.
Oh yeah.
For
But
sure.
then, as far as you, from what I see, when I can tell, so I'm a photographer. I have. It took me a few years, but he has brought it up several times. I have my style.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you look at, he can look at 5 different photos and he could pick mine out.
Yeah.
And I see the same thing on wraps going around town, and I think that would be kudos to you to see a lot of your wraps.
Yeah.
And I know exactly where what business that came from.
Which is kind of cool. What you bring that up is like, so since we have, you know, the 4 designers, we have them 4 different styles in there. So and a lot of times the wraps don't go to that one person. So a lot of times it's like you have them 4 different styles that are coming out of one building. So I mean, it's just kind of a wide range
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
you have one person that does one, that designs them in their garage. Just there is a style that they have, and you can maybe
sure.
pick it out. I mean,
Well, you guys,
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are like anybody else, right? Say,
Yeah.
hey, check this out. What do you
Oh,
think?
yeah,
You know,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
show them something. And
Oh, yeah.
Say, well, what if you did something like this?
Yeah,
You
oh,
know,
yeah.
I mean, you got to feed off of each other.
Oh,
too,
absolutely.
so-
Yeah,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
We share ideas. We have 4 talented designers that we have a consensus of let's put out the best stuff that we can do, and it's great because we're so different. We get different ideas that work, with each other. So.
And you guys have
And we-
freedom.
And we have freedom, and that's really cool too, because you can't be limited. How do I explain it? You can't be limited to just what someone else is doing. So we bring our own little touch. I have my own little touches. My brother Tito, he has his own little touches. Lulu has her own touch. Heather has her own touch, and I think that's what helps to differentiate different vehicles. And for example, whenever I design a vehicle wrap, I try not to do something that I've done before. So it's
Right,
kind of motivating. So I don't, not that I would do a terrible job. It's just as an artist, because the designers we're artists first,
You want to
and
make
then
it original.
we want to make it original as possible, and we want to be proud of it. So
Absolutely.
because it's our babies, and we it gets annoying, but I'll point out when I'm driving with the wife. Oh, I did that, and
Yeah.
she rolls her eyes, but I'm
And then-
proud. I'm like, oh, that sign, we did that. So
Yeah.
it's just fun to have 4 interesting different people just working together in the design.
Yeah.
In a
You're a
world of
team.
design. We're good.
Oh,
we're
for
a
sure.
good team. Yeah.
For sure. Like, there's no way, like, the way the business is that without the team that we have. And I that's one thing I try to really show my gratitude to my staff, like, of how great we kind of have it, because like we all rely on each other, which then we
complement
we
each
don't
other.
exactly, and then and we're not nobody's really babysitting what you're doing or nothing. It's kind of like, this is what we're doing today, let's get it done, and then we meet in the morning every morning and talk about what we did the past day, and then we all get on the same page and then go do our job.
Yeah.
But yeah, then like, it's funny you say that about seeing stuff around town, but like a lot of times we'll go install a sign in the bucket truck and we'll drive by 2 wraps just to go across town, 2 wraps of 2 vehicles that we wrap. So I mean, we're getting out there.
Yeah, I think you are too.
Yeah.
You know, and I think with everything you have in that building, with personnel, people, minds, is the ingredients for huge success.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I'd like to see where you're going to be here, where you're going to be at, 5 years from now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we the thing is we even the vehicle Raptors, we always go back to them, don't we?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's even when we were building Printing Plus up, it was like, let's do a wrap because it's just gonna get our name out there. Let's get our name out there, But then like behind it too is with the vehicle wraps, we do so much other stuff. But the vehicle wraps, everyone thinks everyone just loves it. They think they're so cool, and it's trending right now, and it's such a great way. Like one time I was in my wrapped truck and I was getting gas in Muscatine, and a guy comes up, he's like, I love your truck. And I had a brochure on me, gave him the brochure, and he's like, how do I get started? I said, well, meet with me in a deposit down. And he says, here's $500. I will call you Monday and we'll sit down. And I sold a wrap right at the gas pump with my wrap truck.
Yeah.
Because the brochure and the truck sold itself. And he's like, it was really cool. It was something, and we were actually heading out. My wife's like, what was going on? And I'm like, he just bought a wrap from just our truck.
What took you so long to get gas?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Doing business.
See how that just takes over the conversation. But like we do so, the T-shirts and then also the storefronts and wrapping this garage door wrap that we did with the Wrap Rat, which the Wrap Rat was something that my wife and some other people. My wife says she's the one that came up with it, but I was always kind of like a rat fiend, love that and the hot rod scene, and then. We're like, what about the Wrap Rat? And then like the River Rat kind of came up. It's like we're right down by the river, and it's kind of our mascot kind of thing. It's just something cool. I mean, I always love the way Gas Monkey Garage, the way he kind of floats his business. I think it's always is really cool. So I'm like, we need to do something fun, fun like that. So.
And it's the thing about a wrap is it just gets so much exposure, man. I mean, putting a sign on a building is great for the people that drive by that building, but when you got a truck that's rolling as much as you guys are, you know what I mean? You're like me, I'm all over the place.
Right, I know. Like
So-
going around Davenport's just not a big. Some people are like, I had to drive all the way over to Bettendorf. I'm like, I was there 3 times.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
Oh yeah, the exposure, man, and plus, they look
So,
cool.
you mentioned your wife. How you've been married? How long? Kids?
Yeah,
we
so-
seen one kid. Is it one kid? You got two kids?
I have 2 little girls.
Okay.
I've been married 3 years now.
Awesome.
So we've been together for like 8 years.
Nice.
Which my wife has been on this. Actually, she worked at the shop
Yeah.
doing sales and stuff, and then she worked full time at the shop for what 2 years before then we got pregnant with our littlest one. Now it's 4 months, and worked with Dana did a phenomenal job with getting to customers. She has a customer base. She's still to this day, even at home, she's always bringing in jobs, talking to her customers. And she's like she's a salesperson. So
awesome.
like that was awesome because like it was kind of like my mom and dad's little deal. Like they did it together, and then but like also with our shop we're family oriented. And Alejandro's kids, he has 4 boys.
Yeah. They're there all the time.
Yeah, they're there quite a bit, And we do a lot of other family stuff as a team. Like we all kind of have small kids right now, so like, we do the parades.
Yeah, the fair.
And the
parade,
fair
yeah.
parades, and then we do like the car show stuff, and the kids just love the parades, and we get everybody together. And Delilah, my daughter Delilah, the one that races, and Xander are really good friends. Like they go to the same school, so I mean,
It's got to be exciting for the kids.
Oh,
especially to hang out in the shop all day.
Yeah, I mean, they're excited to leave the house and play.
They got a little fort down
tablet.
there.
Yeah, they got a little fort right by my desk.
See?
So
I mean, that's
and
amazing,
they love it.
man. That's awesome.
but that's what's cool is like,
awesome.
being like, not being able to bring your kids in bring your kids in and just family oriented. It's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But let's see.
So we talked about a lot of good stuff. What are some of your got some challenges, right? I mean, what's some of the challenges you've had to overcome
some of
over 20 some years in business?
Invoices.
My mother. There's a challenge.
Dude, I feel you on that. I gotta say hi to my mom, and I love you, Mom.
Yeah.
But we just had Brian's mom on the show,
Yeah.
so it can be done. So, if I get my mom on here, she's not going to go over very well.
Well,
but
I had to tell myself a lot. You got to step out of your comfort zone to do
have
certain
to.
things. So here we are.
You
I'm
have
sitting
to.
here.
Yeah.
But some of the challenges, I would say some of our challenges is just the deadline sometimes on stuff.
Deadlines,
are tight. It could be pretty stressful. But I
Now,
mean,
does the customer set the deadlines, or do you set yourself
the
deadlines for yourself?
the customer
Do they?
definitely sets the deadlines. A lot of times, just there's a lot of data. Like you have the Bix, the fair, and big, and then the small parties, and just all that stuff's dated. So like when they order 200 shirts, and they need it for this event, and you only have a week and a half, you just better everything kind of has to fall in line. So that's where our experience comes in.
Yep.
The designers get the design, get it approved, we get it printed, get it boxed up, make sure there's no, make sure the count's right on the T-shirts and stuff, and just everything else that we have to do in that certain, like we're hanging some banners right now, and they're, we got the go ahead on it today, and they're like 10 by 20s. They're going on the side of a building, and we have till Monday to put those up. So hopefully the wind doesn't blow, because that's a factor too, because you're not going to hang those big banners with a lot of wind, Yeah. And what does help, Alejandro, what would you say is our equipment is
Solid.
solid.
Yeah.
There's your secret. I mean, a lot of it right there is
The right tools.
have the right tools.
makes a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Because like when before when the tools weren't right, that's when some the machine breaks down a lot and everything. Like all of our equipment's updated. Our big printing equipment's updated every like 5 years.
About every 5 years, yeah. Plus, we're trying to keep up to date with what's out there to provide.
Always new stuff coming
Always
out.
new stuff, so we can provide for the customers the latest gear that stuff that they
Try to
need.
keep up with the leading edge of
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Oh, you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to. You have to.
And AI.
Yep.
Who knows
Yeah.
where that's taking everything?
Yeah, well, it's all it's changing a lot.
Everything's
Everything's
Yeah.
changing.
Like
And then the pricing on everything, like sometimes it's just getting like, I don't know, like the pricing on just the inks. I mean, one bottle of ink went up like $40 last month. I got an email saying, "Oh, here's your new prices on this." I mean, we're getting price increases all the time, and it seems like that's another thing you really got to watch out for that because I mean, as much as you don't want to raise your prices to your customers, but a lot of times you're going to have to at this point. You just kind of the name of the game. But do we have that video of the inside of the shop?
Yep. I'm just waiting for you guys to transition.
And if I could say anything by being on here is just we're trying to just get our name out there, show off our quality
Absolutely.
of our stuff that we do, and if you ever want, stop in and check it out.
Yeah.
We give free tours and a bottle of water.
Limit one bottle.
Yeah. And then like Alejandro, we sponsor the fair for years now, and that's where Alejandro's done a ton of work up there. So most likely,
your stuff's all
the
over place.
signs you see up there, Alejandro designed all those.
We have a solid relationship with the fair, and it's been amazing.
Oh, Sean's great, man. I love the
Sean's
fact
awesome.
that he does an amazing job up there. There's always something going on.
And it's cool to be a part of something so big, something like that, in the
for
Quad
sure.
Cities. Like it's just,
Okay, so here's one.
Okay.
All right, you gonna play that?
This is our flatbed machine.
It's that loud,
Yeah.
but we're used to it.
Yeah. So this machine here prints directly onto the substrate. So like this gets away from printing on the vinyl and then applying it to the board, which these are all like UV ink. So I mean,
And that's the sign. Your pictures that we ran. That
yeah,
was from that
would
machine.
be on
Oh,
that
cool.
machine,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, these are some windows we did at a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually their wall wraps. Oh yeah, then here's inside the shop.
There's Eric. Hi, Eric.
It's clean, man. Kudos.
Oh yeah, you got to keep it clean with doing those,
Be
doing all
stepping
those
over
graphics,
stuff,
yeah.
tripping over stuff all the time, moving stuff.
Yeah, I pride myself on. I know the guys get sick of me saying we've got to clean up. I call it the purging.
But we do.
But I mean, because a lot of times you don't want to get rid of that stuff because, then we're putting ceramic coat.
There's Shane. Hi, Shane.
On the wraps now. This is kind of an add-on.
Oh,
which
so
is-
you're putting the ceramic coating on the wrap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an option. Yeah.
It's an option now. Which is it's amazing on how much it's already glossy and how much more gloss it brings out. It's just crazy.
Okay. That's this. Oh,
That's a bus.
yeah. Yep. And for the record, this is our first city bus that we've ever wrapped, and Lou knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine how much measuring goes into that
Yeah.
to get that correct,
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
Yeah. A lot of laughs and smiles when that left.
No, I bet.
And relief.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
really,
if that don't get your attention driving down the road.
oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
And if anybody
Turn your
asks,
head, definitely.
this did fit in our bay.
Yes. We have an 80-foot bay from.
That's your shop now?
Yeah. At the
so we
shop, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
We
look at the back of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was knocked out of the park.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That turned out really good.
Well, what else? Let's see. We talked about you doing shirts, and let me get back on this other screen here. What else? We're about an hour in.
Yeah.
I mean, we can run over, but anything else that we want to make sure we talk about? Thanks, Mom, for coming in and talking.
Yeah, you did a
I'm
great
gonna-
job. And he was
gonna
all nervous.
Use you as
Yeah.
bait for my mom to try to tell her, see, moms do come in.
And I want to say thank you, Mom. With you've given me pretty much the free reins of she's my partner in this, but also she's kind of like whatever needs to be done, and I couldn't done this without you.
Yeah.
And thank you, Mary, for signing my checks.
Yeah. What about me?
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, it's amazing
Yeah.
though, man. You're right, and like I said, my mom's been my business partner since the first day, and it's challenging as hell, but it's
It can be. It can be.
You just gotta
I think Alejandro's probably got a few memories of me
Yeah.
and Mom and our You know, we get along.
Oh, there's so many.
We've never had a fight.
We don't have enough time.
But,
There's so many.
but
fun
also,
ones.
I want to say, you know, before we go, is the install staff and everybody, like, thank you. I mean, this has been, you know, this is really always a dream of mine to make this place successful. I mean, when I took over the company, I was just like, you know, it's been a ride, and it's just been I'm glad to see where it is, you know, and I know what it took, and with the people that I work with, that I couldn't done it without them, you know. It's definitely just been I'm so thankful for them, you know. So, but
No, I understand.
and this
completely.
guy 11 years stuck, you know. It's so,
Can you believe it?
The longest relationship I've had.
That's longer than most marriages.
Yeah, we got a lot of years ahead of us.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, you guys are doing something right.
Oh, you did a lot of things right.
I hope so.
You know, and it's I don't know, I just got the feeling when I drove by your place several times. I just had a good feeling about your place, and then I reached out and talked to you, talked to Kelly, you know, and then I stopped in there a couple of times,
Yeah,
and then you gave me a tour in the back yesterday,
yeah.
and just you got the huge greatest success, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys.
Yeah, we
And
appreciate
I'm not
that.
sure what that looks like yet, but I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
definitely.
we got a few things in the works.
Oh yeah,
so-
for sure. Yeah,
So I'm excited.
We love developing relationships. So
Yes,
that's what
and
we're
like
trying
just
to
like
work
you
on.
said, you made the compliments about Sean Loader and everything that they do he does at the fair.
yeah,
You know, and you got a guy right here that's always entrepreneuring, coming up with something. That's like Sean; he's always doing something.
Oh,
you
yeah.
are too.
yeah.
And I love doing the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
I've got my full-time job that gets in the way of my fun time.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and I feel like I could do so much more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, if we had all the time, things
yeah,
things would be a lot
you got to
easier.
do stuff to pay the bills.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
It's time is you know.
Yeah.
but I'm excited for you guys, and
I think what you guys are doing here is going to be really cool. I mean, I know we're the first the business to come on here, but I think there's so many really cool stories that you're going to hear in this room from business owners, entrepreneurs, and just their story. And you know, like a lot of times, you know, you just don't go around talking about this. You know, the whole story to people. You know, and then like another business owner would love to listen in on this just to kind of hear how they did it. And you know, sometimes we don't feel like you're doing it completely right. You gotta second guess yourself a little bit. Is this what I'm doing this right?
And there's a lot of things that go into it, man. And we share another thing that I'm going to bring up. We've both been sober
Oh yeah,
for a while. I think you're right around to say I'll be 9 years in March.
yeah.
So right about the same time, don't you have like
Yeah.
8 years in?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
kudos, dude, because
Yes,
that
thank
is
you.
not easy.
You too, man. It's
and it's easy to, I guess, go to the bar, man.
Oh.
You know,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
because it's like, screw it, right?
You
Or
get-
I'll figure this shit out tomorrow, or I won't. Right,
right,
I mean,
right.
But when you remove that,
yeah.
it's like, okay,
Yeah, and I totally like. We would drink to, because something went bad at work, or something went really good at work. You'd go and have a beer. So I mean, it was, and for me, alcohol was bad.
yeah.
You know, and some people, they have fun. And you know, more power to them. You know what I mean? Have fun, but for me,
Well-
it was something that definitely was affecting a lot of things. You know?
Yeah.
So it was.
And I agree 100%. I didn't have any breaks, man. And I mean, once I started, I'm like, I mean, it's not like I had to get up in the morning and have a drink or, you know,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
for drugs or anything like that. But like you said, it's like, okay, woo, had a good day. Let's go get a drink. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, that sucked. Let's go have a drink. And then once I would start, man, I'd be gone for 3 days, you know?
Right,
And,
right.
And I'm just like, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up because
Yeah, I think
there's
it's-
probably a lot of people out there that, you know, and hey, like I said, a lot of people don't have a problem with it, you know, but for me, I'm like, it would.
And if you
It was-
do, I'm telling you right now that, you know, I have this conversation quite often, you know, and they're like, you know, I'd say about, I quit drinking and my sobriety, and they're like, I said, life's a lot better, easier, and they're like, boy, no one's, everybody's, that's what that's what all the sober people say. And I'm like, well, it's pretty much
Isn't
true.
that something?
It's pretty much
Yeah,
true.
And the only people that
you
argue
know?
with them are the people that are still drinking.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And again, I don't have a problem with anybody else. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
work for me, man.
It don't work for me. That's
And
exactly
there's
it.
no
Yeah.
way that I could be doing the broadcasting that I've been doing for 5 years every weekend.
Yeah.
We've never canceled a show, and
Yeah.
I've done them by myself, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
5 years. There's no way if I'd have been what I was 20 years ago, forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not.
There's no way that this man right here would not be sitting next to me anymore.
Right.
There was a point that it was, you hit a crossroads. It's like pick what you want to do, and I picked be a good husband, father, and own my business,
Yep.
and move on with life.
It's a tough decision, but once and I back that up too. Like most people you talk to is like, it's the best thing. It's the best thing I ever did. I wish I could have done it 20 years
Oh,
ago.
I wish I would have done it a long time
But
ago.
I was too, too stubborn, or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
not like I didn't enjoy a lot of the people and a lot of the fun that I had when I was. But I'm like, it just does not
Yeah.
appeal to me at all. I wish I'd have got out of it way earlier.
Yeah.
It's kind of a trap. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's a great and the comeback story always is good. The the comeback of,
And
what,
not many people fail when you put your when you get rid of the stuff that's holding you down.
Right,
Whether
right.
it's alcohol, pills, doesn't matter.
Right.
Because it's still a crutch.
yes.
And if you can get rid of that, there's not a lot of people now. Unfortunately,
and-
people fall
and there's
back in.
if you're struggling with alcohol, and there is nothing to be ashamed of to go to an AA meeting and listen to what they have to say, and go check it out. It's go there. No one really. I mean, if you run into somebody there, they're fighting the same problem you are. So there's
And
there's
there
nothing
for
to
the
be
same
ashamed
thing.
of.
They're trying to make their life better. And,
Yeah, there's. I ran into a few people there. We looked at each other. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? And then and it was like, we knew what we were both doing there. We didn't say much, but we knew. At the end of the day, it was.
And a lot of the things that I miss about the not drinking is just the social part of it.
Oh yeah, that was it. Oh yeah.
And I could. I mean, I've done it. I've met people at bars and stuff before, but I just feel weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not that it's a bad place, but it's weird when you don't drink, man, because you see.
Especially when you go to like a business social.
Yeah.
Everybody's just and I'm like,
You're not drinking.
and you see the progression of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see how it's like, oh my God. And that changed, But anyhow, like I said, I just wanted to throw you congratulations because it's
thank
not
you.
easy to do.
appreciate that.
And business is hard enough.
yeah.
without-
Oh yeah. That was
know,
when you
And a family business at that. I mean,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people don't understand. It's tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
When you work with your family, because it's, obviously you love your family and you love everything about, but it's hard.
There's nothing better than working 50 some hours with your family and then mom saying, "Are you coming to Sunday dinner?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
or are you coming over for dinner? I'm like, not tonight.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, but thanks to you guys for having us.
Yeah, thanks for
You're
having
welcome.
us.
Thanks for coming.
And Tim Gould says, amazing to see your growth over the years. Kudos to Brian and team.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's another
hi, people.
graphic guy
Yeah.
that
Noticed that
we've
name.
known.
Awesome.
So
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks, guys.
Anything else you guys want? Anything else you guys
anything
say
else
or
you can
anything?
think of?
No, just come check us out. Just hang out.
For all
We're
your printing needs, man. Hats, shirts, and I want to get some shirts. I'm working on a new logo.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
starting another business. We'll get into that at some point, but I want to get some stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll try to make it so we can do it all at once. So I'm not
For sure.
tying you up saying that you need 17 different things, 17 different orders.
Yeah.
And I would like to put something on the side of my car, represent you guys too.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
we
I don't
can-
know what it is yet, but
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we
Well,
can
you
do
guys
that.
have always been great for me every time I've used you, and I haven't, I mean,
We've known each other for a long time.
long time,
Now,
yeah.
now putting that, you start putting time into perspective here. Like it's been 15 years that we've
Yeah.
kind of, I did littler stuff way back when
Oh,
you
yeah.
were doing all the satellite.
yeah.
When you were heavy into that, and it's crazy how fast this year has gone already. Like I'm
I
just
swear to God, every year, man. The older
It's-
we get, it just flies. But
Yeah.
Can you talk about one quick thing?
Yeah.
So I was at West Liberty at the racetrack, the dirt track there, and I take pictures of everything behind the scenes, everything. And I seen a couple of tow trucks and a big tall truck, and had an awesome looking graphics on it.
Oh yeah.
And I took pictures of it. I try to take pictures of all the time. And then when I was there, you handed me the card, and there it is, right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So
That is a Brothers Towing truck that. Well, I'm sorry, Leon, but that is one he.
this is one I designed. So this is my first major big tow truck, this big. So the owner Shane, he said, I just want an American military theme. Make it look cool. That's all he needed to tell me. Make it look cool.
Yeah.
So went out to his shop, took pictures, took measurements. And a truck like this is not easy to measure, so I got to know what I'm doing. So sent him some proofs. He loved it. Not a lot of changes. He really wanted to push America. And if you notice, his other vehicles are very heavily American themed because he loves
Yep.
America.
He had 3 of them there.
He has 3 of them there.
Yep.
Yep. So set it up. Not a lot of changes. He loved how badass it looked, and then just went from there.
Yeah.
Just knocked it
I was
out.
trying to find a good picture of that.
And this doesn't do justice.
I bet not,
gotta-
I know it
you
doesn't.
gotta see it in
even the
person.
pictures I took of
Like-
it doesn't do justice when I stand there
Whose
beside
truck
it.
is it? Let me see that.
Brothers Towing.
Brothers
Oh,
Towing.
okay.
And see, and this is another reason why we had to go
That
to
thing's
one.
massive.
And that's another reason we had to go to to single location because this was wrapped at our bay. I never got to see this in person, like for a while, and it's like I want to see what my baby looks like. But
If you could pull this up real quick, I don't know if you could. Let's see if it loads, but I
I
can.
don't know if I could. I probably can't put that on the camera either. Hold on.
Let's see. No, I got this right
You
here.
got something?
I think he sent you something.
Uh-oh. What was the name on that email? Okay. There it is. I'm sending it right now. Should be there in 1 second. But Brothers Towing. Hello, Shane. If hopefully you see this, but he's been an awesome customer, and he's given us. What's really cool is all that American stuff
Yeah.
we've done for him. He's
Yeah.
always like he tells us what we want, but gives like the designer complete freedom to just
Yeah.
roll with it. So
Right.
and it's
And-
really cool. Oh yeah, that's funny.
Hi, Dad.
But yeah, it's really we've done a lot of cool stuff for him. He's not afraid to do something completely
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, and that's what makes the job.
Yeah.
There
there,
it
it-
is.
there it is.
There's that
That's
truck.
something to be proud of right there.
Oh, absolutely. It's been in parades too, by the way.
Yes.
So-
So look at all them cuts and stuff in there, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
now none of these handles come off. So like when
So
they're
you got to wrap around all that.
Wrap around.
oh
on
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And luckily, our install guys know what they're doing to make it look.
And that's
really
where
good.
our install guys shine. And
They don't get enough credit because Fender there.
oh
Sorry,
yeah,
took a
like
good
and
Yeah,
then
so
several
this
hours.
flows right into
Yeah.
there, and you
Right.
don't see anything wrong.
Yep.
and then
Detail in that, man.
Yeah.
yeah, and then you get the the design too to get that fender to line up like it does on there is there's and then have the designer and the installer communicating on how to get that to work. It's very impressive.
And then they had the American flag hanging off that for the whole time that the
Oh,
fair was
cool.
going on over
Did
there.
they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they had that boom up and
And this truck is what was it? I thought it was like 60. No, it was like 50 foot.
I think so.
It-
I mean, it fit in the-
both
it fit in the
front
bed.
wheels turn. So I mean, it's just to kind of show on how huge this thing is.
And then there's a cool graphic on the hood, which you can't see, but it's of an eagle.
There's cool graphics all over that thing. It's
It
blowing
is.
my mind to look at all the
hey, you
different
got the
cuts.
ship, you got the
And
it's like the
everything is
sniper,
lined up
Yeah.
perfectly. I mean, look at all them doors. That,
Yeah.
and then the famous here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
know?
Ujima.
Yep,
Yeah.
you got it all on there.
He specifically wanted Ujima, so
Mm-hmm.
if any customer has anything specific on their wraps, obviously we're gonna throw it on there.
You're right.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. It's good to tell us what the customer wants, and it's good to tell us what they don't want. And this is
Yeah.
one of those
Mm-hmm.
instances.
And in this truck, he works it too. So like, and he like
Yeah, you'll see it.
we've seen it, and it still looks. I mean, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he definitely uses that truck, and
Yeah, the other two trucks
very
was
durable.
flying around the dirt track, picking up and hauling cars
yeah,
away.
yeah. Yeah, it kind of shows on how durable that vinyl
Mm-hmm.
actually is. Like,
So that's a good question because years ago, I mean, how long does a wrap last now? What are you looking at? 3 years, 5 years?
I mean,
I mean, it
five
depends
five
on-
years,
the
5 years
push.
if the vehicle's outside all the time, and now these automatic car washes
Tear it up.
tear them up. Well, they're not totally horrible on them, but they don't help things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, our cars are all wrapped, and we wash them, but you know, and we don't see really a huge problem with it. But you know, of course, it usually happens with the customer. So, you know, but
So you
5
take
years.
your cars through an automatic car wash?
Oh yeah, our wrapped ones. Yeah, and I
okay.
mean we really don't have any problems with it. We really don't recommend you do that. But if you're going to get 5 years, and if you break that down on what you spend, an average car wrap's going to be from $2,800 to $3,600. You know, right around there for the wrap, and then if you break that down per day. I mean, you're driving around. I did it at one point. It was like, I think it was like $2 a day or something like that, or $1.78 per day to drive around
That's-
with your logo and be
That's your
noticed.
brand,
everywhere,
though.
you know,
And
Yeah.
like
yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
I see you everywhere, and
Yeah.
that's what you want. That's why I'm gonna have to do something.
right, right,
Yeah.
and then to do that, I mean, go advertise on the radio.
Oh, I know.
And advertise. Just do some of the advertisements that are just crazy expensive. I mean, nothing against the radio. I mean, it's good advertisement.
It
but
all
it's
works,
It
but-
all works, but there's the
But
other
the
ways to do it.
exposure of
It's
somebody out there
24/7.
doing
Yeah.
service that's working for you every day. That
Yep,
thing's working for him
24/7.
every day, no matter what.
And that
If
that
he's at
turns
the
your
truck
head.
Stop, it's
Oh, yeah.
working for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so
And then plus, like, there's a tow company in town. You know, they had, you know, the Ninja Turtle truck, and you know what Action. He had different.
Oh, he
Guys.
has, yeah, action.
So I think you got all these kids. You know, look at the Ninja Turtle and all this. You know, and then what do you think the parents who they're going to call next time they need a tow truck? They're going to remember the kids yelling by at the Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle. I mean, there's so much branding that goes into that. It's just
Yeah.
a good idea. You know.
absolutely.
You know.
Oh yeah, stick
Absolutely.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I was able to bring that up and show that because
And
I
that-
think that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
work
that's
right there.
yeah, and I'm glad you brought it up because this one here is one of our tops, like with
Mm-hmm.
with some of the boats we've done and stuff. But and then when we put that in our bay, I mean, it was from tip to the.
It was hard.
The
to
guys had
believe.
to work with like no room because it was so crammed in there. Like that was the next thing. It was like pulling that in there. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no room. But they got it
They
done.
did it. Yeah.
They got it done.
This thing's a
Yeah.
beast for sure.
Yeah.
Even got
Awesome.
the tank and everything. You just didn't miss anything.
No. No.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Anything else, Brad? You got?
No, I'm super excited with for you guys.
Awesome.
What you're gonna do and what we can do.
Yeah. You know, maybe we'll touch in another couple years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Or
but
tomorrow.
we're definitely in the printing industry to stay. Like I say, you know, when they get their when a customer leaves with their truck wrapped, and you know there is a warranty when you get it done. But also it's like I have no other plan. If there's a problem, come talk to me. My cell phone number's on all this stuff. Just call me. We'll figure it out if there's something wrong. You know, and that's we stand behind our stuff. We all don't like having problems, you know, even the business owner and the customer don't like if something goes wrong, but you know, it's how you handle it, and we try to handle it in the best professional way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's
Well,
cliche. And it's cliche, but we pretend we're doing our own vehicles when it comes to this,
Yeah.
so we make sure everything works.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Definitely.
you guys are doing great work, and I want to thank you both. Thank all three of you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Like I said, this is new to us too, doing this type of thing.
Yeah.
Not getting out of the racing thing. I'm just trying to expand. You're involved in the racing part and the fairgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think this is
So,
awesome.
and if anybody else is interested in telling their story, you know, let us know. Like I said, we've done 4 or 5 of these things. We're just trying to grow in different areas, and everybody's got a story, man. I didn't know that. I knew because you had an ad go out or something at 40 years in business here
Yeah.
a few months ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that, you know, I knew you from being down the street, that
Yeah.
you got business cards and stuff from me all the time.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
yeah.
right.
When I was doing that kind of stuff, but
Yeah, 40 years.
yeah, you've been good to me, and like I said, it hits a little bit different because I'm the family guy too. You know,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of guys out there that they're, you know, me and my mom started the business together type
Right,
thing.
right.
There might be, you know, but,
I'm
but
sure
And that's the thing is there's no like I said there's nowhere to really talk about that and bring and know people's business story, because I'm sure there's some really awesome, you know, how things happen and come together. I mean, this Printing Plus didn't just, it came together in so many good ways that you know, we're blessed on a lot of things, you know, and it's and to hear,
Well, I think a lot of hard work too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
don't sell
for
yourself
sure.
short on
For
hard
sure.
work.
And there's a lot of things that happen that when they happen, you're like, damn it, what? But then when you kind of step back and say, man, thank God that happened.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
a lot
It's
of those
different
moments.
perspective.
Yeah.
A lot of those moments.
That's
It
how we
might be a
learn.
wake up call or whatever it is, but it's like, man, that was actually perfect timing.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for sure.
But it's sometimes it's a little bit difficult to make that switch and to you know, just to realize that, because it's
Yeah.
all about the gratitude, man. And everybody has shitty days.
Yeah.
You know, shit goes wrong. You know, I mean, it does. I mean, there's nothing out there that doesn't break. You know, race car drivers get flat tires, internet goes down. I mean, stuff happens. You know,
I didn't know we could swear on this show.
you can.
Holy
You
shit.
can. Yeah, holy shit. So, okay. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
No, thanks for
appreciate
having
you.
us.
And,
I'm happy.
And you guys, anybody doing anything, printing hats, shirts, stuff like that, give these guys a call. I'll make sure that his information is on my page. And
They'll definitely knock it out of the park.
yeah, they'll definitely
They
do
will.
good work, and they'll take care of you. And yeah, that's just the way it is, man. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining, and we'll probably see you next week.
Yep.
All right.